A very warm welcome back to CALMSDEN Farm on Farming Simulator 22 for episode 24. With me, MrSealyp. It's the first part of May. It rained pretty much the rest of yesterday, the second part of April, so I couldn't really do very much. It's good to see though. Look, potatoes are growing. My sugar beet are growing in the next field over. I've got 2 harvests to do today. One, I've borrowed the equipment for a contract on field 20. Field 21 for corn. It says that I've got to take the product to the market stall. I did place a market stall, and I'm going to show you where that is later on. I talked about the racking. I put a set of racking in for the chickens, and this is why I said about how I'm really baffled at the moment by this. Right, if we go up to it, you'll see there it says bottom right, eggs, 1,399 litres, right? So all the egg boxes that I had here under a shelter, I put the racking in. I put a shelter over it, and it all fitted really nicely. All the egg boxes I had, I put on the shelves, went up to 1,399 litres, great, and they're all sitting on the shelves, all looking very lovely. This morning, I had 2 full boxes. I put the 2 new boxes into the racking. They went on and they sat up on the top shelf, and it still said 1,399 litres. That didn't increase at all. I thought, well, that can't be right. I just added 2 full crates. There should be more. So I thought, what I'll do is I'll take all the pallets off of the racking and then put them back in again, and maybe it'll reset itself. So I took all of the pallets off the racking, which are now sitting over here. And if you look at them, look, each one says 1,400 pieces. Yes, I've got the lifter mod. You know, like I said, I'm kind of going down the route of I'm moving these not as a whole pallet but separately. Yes, I am visually moving them as a whole pallet, but I could move them separately if I wanted to. That's what I'm going. So they're all sitting here, but this is still showing. I don't get it. Down at the bottom, not that one, the next one up, that's still showing as 1,399 litres of eggs. Now I've put them down as selling because I'm curious to see if at the turn of the hour they sell and they disappear from there and I make some money, what happens with these? And if I put these then back on the shelving, I mean, are these now just kind of ethereal? Do they not really actually exist? Or am I just imagining things? I had every intention of putting 2 new sets of racking in today. I did put a set of racking in over here, and again, I'm going to take this cover off. I'll explain why in just a second. Just in case you're thinking of using these, they're a bit peculiar. The weird thing was as well, because they act as a production chain, if you see you've got up here incoming materials and then outgoing products, you can set these so that products from elsewhere can appear on the racking. So I had my tomatoes over at the greenhouses set to distribute. This set of racking that we're going up to now, which has wool on it, which is why I got it, all of a sudden tomatoes started appearing. Like, what is happening? So I set the tomatoes to distributing, so now they're going to the correct place. This is the problem. The production chains, yeah, we may have an issue with using these. I don't know. We'll see how we go. So I thought I'd put this cover over it. It fits over perfectly. Covers the bit where you put them on. All very lovely. So when I did the eggs, it put the eggs there. Put the eggs there. Every time I put a pallet in, it was trying to put a pallet up the top there. It kept throwing the pallet off the top because that gap just isn't enough. So unfortunately, I'm going to demolish. I need to. No, I don't want to get rid of that as well. So unfortunately, yeah, that's not going to work. Now, I'm going to try this. Again, let's just assume I'm picking each one of these up separately, but you know, don't worry about it. Now, why is that put up the top and not the bottom? I have no idea. And that's saying storage is empty. Explain to me why, if I've just put a full pallet of wool on there, is storage empty? It says wool quite clearly there. And there. What? That is a full pallet. 1,000 litres wool. Let's try again. Storage is empty. Oh, so this was, like I say, this was supposed to be. I don't know whether you can't use them in conjunction with other ones or I don't know. I'm going to have to remove it. That's really annoying because I was hoping that was going to work really well. I was going to put another one in over. I might, for 1,500, I could put one in and give it a go. I'm going to have to re-landscape this now, put some grass back down. So, right, let's head over here then. Because, like I say, what I was intending to do was where I've spent ages putting all of the pallets onto the trailer now. Because I've got an absolute load of honey. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'm going to put a picture up now. If I remember during editing, I hadn't noticed it before. I came over to check the racking. And there was a load of sheep all laying down. I mean, like laying down. And my first thought was, as you can imagine, what's happened? But they were just sleeping. I have to get one in every episode, don't I? But yeah, there's a picture. Oh, it's lovely. Anyway, so from here, let's go through the gap in the wall, hop the fence. My intention was here to put another set of the racking, so I can take the honey from the bees here, stick it all on the racking. Now, do I take the chance and give it a go? So to the game. And then my fourth set of racking, I was going to put over where the planks are. And I was going to put, because I think one of the sets of racking does planks. I mean, this is kind of, I mean, it's not a mod review by any shake of anything, but I'm sure one of these did boards, didn't it? So I imagine that. Oh no, furniture, not planks. Oh, so it wouldn't have worked up there anyway. That's not too much of a problem. Yeah, so I'm really. Oh no, hang on. That one does. That's showing planks. So I was going to put some up at the sawmill. So all the excess pallets of planks I was going to put on there. But I don't know what to do now. Farm dog. Happy days. Right, let's put this here. 1565, is that about right? 1534, that's even cheaper. Let's go with that. It's weird how the racking as well, down the bottom, shows it as red and orange, and here it's green and yellow. I don't know why that is, but... Okay, why did it do that? It hasn't put a big concrete thing on any of the ones before. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, that's saying storage empty. If this comes up storage empty, I'm just going to grab one of the pallets from here. It says, there we go. If it says storage empty, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because then from here you can set it to distributing or selling at any point you want. So I thought that's perfect. There you go, storage 399. I've lost a litre somewhere. So why was the wool one not working? I'm assuming I need to get more than 1,000 litres, otherwise it's not going to show a pallet on the shelves. So what we'll do is grab that. Yeah, so our field 23 is ready to harvest as well with canola. So we've got the corn harvest to do, canola harvest to do, and the racking. What's that now saying? It's still saying, I've just put 2 pallets on, and now that's saying 399, so I've lost 400 litres somewhere. Let's take that off, put that down there. So there's 400 of the 2 that I put on there, and that's still saying 399. There's something wrong with these. There's something definitely wrong. I don't think I'm going to be able to use them. And I've just lost 400 litres. Assuming, of course, I don't just put that to sell. Right, top of the hour. So this one was that one. Honey in 399, storing. I'm going to put it to selling. If it sells that and it sells the eggs at the other one, I'm going to get rid of both sets of racks and I'll just go back to how it was before. I'll just deliver them. I thought it was the perfect solution, but it just doesn't. Yeah, there may be something really obvious I'm doing wrong, but if it follows the rest of the production chain situation, it should be simple, shouldn't it? It should be as simple as I put it on the shelves and it stores it. Otherwise, if it only accepted from other places, which again, like I said, honey, you can't. You cannot set the honey from over there to distribute. You have to move the pallets. So it has to accept pallets. That's why it has the point there. Actually, I'm going to put on just show you. No. Yeah, so it has this bit here, 4 pallets to be put on. I just don't know. Well, like I say, put it on selling now. The episode was going to be entitled Nice Rack. But it's not now. Never mind. Alright, okay, so what I might do is, on the hour, if that sells, get rid of the racking. I might put a shelter there. That way, I was taking all of the honey and putting it into the big barn over there, but it was taking ages. Look, this is all the honey we've produced so far. And we sold a load early on, so we've got a whole load there. I've got a load of milk to deliver, but I suppose what I need to do now is crack on with everything else. On the hour, we'll come back and we'll check those. I am a bit concerned now because I did the sowing contracts on field 1. These need to be fixed. Well, that's incredible. Okay, so wow, the seeder is 2,529 to repair. The tractor, which had quite a bit of missing on it, 428. I'll take that. I thought that was going to be thousands. I don't know if I mentioned in the last episode, this is dropping. Damage, 51%. You see that bottom right? I'm not going to repair it. I'm going to leave it and see what happens. I will lose a bit of oomph. I'll lose a bit of horsepower. I know I will, but you know what? I'm not paying 10 grand every half a month. You know, it's a ridiculous thing to have to do. So, anyway, oh yeah, that's something else to do. Let's take that back off. Let's get these harvests done, and then we'll check on everything else. And maybe I might finish off by taking the milk over to the dairy. My little refrigerated container, I've now got 3 cake pallets and 4 chocolate, let's say chocolate boxes, not like, you know. Yeah, I can't fit in there. I've been bouncing between 2 different locations for storing this, but stick it in there. Stop that. Engine off. Good job. Right. Harvester. Take that over. Then what I'll do is I'll get the corn one going for the contract. These I did bring the vehicle out. I don't know if I showed it. I don't think I did. And I did repairs in the field. They are looking incredibly mucky. Oh, I'll tell you what I need to do. Just noticed. Look at the fuel. Right, let's leave the header there. I'm going to refuel this back in the yard. I don't know how much fuel I've got left in that tank actually. We've got to be getting fairly close because I've been off camera a couple of times on camera, a couple of times off camera. I've done a bit of refueling. I really didn't realise it was that low. It's going to take a fair old bit out of here, isn't it? Alright, let's stop there. How's the tank looking? Oh no, we've got loads! Is this like the never-ending porridge pot? I've used loads out of that. Mind you, I suppose when you think about it, I can't remember what I originally put in it. Maybe over 10,000 litres. So if I'm only using a couple of hundred litres here and there, I don't suppose it... Yeah. The harvesters will use a big chunk, but... There we go. Full. Right, I'll see you over at field 20... Oh, how shall I drive this over? I don't know what to do. I'm feeling in one of those moods. This has been continuous so far. I haven't stopped. Normally I do kind of breaks in my recording, but this has been... I've just been enjoying chatting and driving along. All the stuff I do. Does also mean once field 23 has been harvested of its canola, we are going to have to repurpose it, so it's going to mean potentially liming. Did I lime it the first time? I don't think I did. Liming. I won't need to plough because I'm pretty sure I ploughed it, or did I? Did I buy it unploughed? I suppose the easiest thing to do is either when we get over there check our field info, or we can check the screen. I keep going and checking the map to do it, but I guess, like I said in the last episode, I've got to get into the habit of using the field info screen a bit more. As I also said about precision farming coming soon, there's going to be a lot more data and things. I'm really actually kind of fascinated by that, because the previous version was you did your soil maps, or your soil sampling to get your soil map. And then the variable rate application of nitrogen and the pH for your lime was done based upon the soil map. Now you still do soil sampling, or you can buy a soil map. So if you don't want to do soil sampling, you'll be able to buy a soil map. But also there's now the crop sensors. So I don't know if that's just going to be for weeding, because you've already got your crop, like soil sample maps. I'm trying to work out really whether or not, well, like I say, I'm not sure how it's going to work, but using the crop sensors, whether there's a passive one and an active one, which we're going to have a look at in a bit more detail to see when it all releases, but let's open that. That's supposed to further improve application as you go across the field, but that's kind of scanning. That's got to be for weeding, hasn't it? I need to look into that in a bit more detail. I haven't done any videos on the announcement so far. I was kind of waiting until it came out. It's always difficult because when anything like that comes out, there's so much information, so much to do. I know when the previous precision farming came out, and everyone kind of scrabbled to do videos on it. And the problem is, it's one of those things, like anything with that much detail, you really need a lot more time with the mod, just using it and using it and using it and using it. But also there's a thing where people are desperate for information. People want to know how to use it. People want to know what all the different functions are. So you're kind of in that sort of dilemma of how quickly do you get a video out and potentially not have all the answers, or you've got the answers you think are correct, and then as time progresses you find actually it wasn't quite what you thought. There's always that dilemma. So I'm not quite sure really the best way of going about it, or how I'm going to do it, but we'll sort something out. I'm not really doing this forever. There's not a lot of room here. I'm trying to avoid going to crop as best I can. We might be there. No, we're not. There we are. Bingo. Yeah, I know it looks really ropey. And I love the fact the paint's coming off and all that kind of stuff. It's brilliant. Right, let's switch that. Open the harvester. I remembered this time. And I'm going to go around the field the correct way, so the pipe's sticking out the right way. I know. It's like I've learned something. It's like I've learned in all the time I've been doing this. Finally he gets it. So, canola. Now I don't know whether or not I'm just going to sell the canola. I don't know whether we're going to chuck another production chain into the mix and whether we're going to do oil or not. We could do. I am wondering whether or not, rather than going massive facility or factory, to look again at the Omatana stuff and see what's available there in more of the cottage industry, small scale. What can we do with the oil, and see if there's something we can possibly do. I don't know, we'll see. But it's nice to be in the field, getting this one done. This one seems to take a long time to be ready, which I suppose it was. Is canola one of the longest ones? I know there's a list somewhere. I've got lists and bits of paper, and I've got PDFs stored, and I've got pictures and screenshots, and people send me stuff, and I kind of compile it all. But then when I'm actually making, I'm doing the video, trying to recall that information off the top of my head, and then the problem is then I kind of start then looking to my right, to my PC, and trying to look for and find stuff, and as you could imagine. First world problems, obviously, it's not, on a scale of real problems, it's not up there, is it? But, yeah, but time frames for crops. There's still the, I can't remember what it was called. I am going to do that now, having just said that. Looking to my sides and trying to find information. There was that brilliant screenshot in Farmer's Handbook, wasn't it? I think it was called. I've got to find it. It was made by MITS, wasn't it? MITS. Hashtag 4035. Credit to the community. Our farming simulator. Credit for production values to you, Erifos. Version 3.3. There was a screenshot, if I remember, and I probably won't. I'll put it up on the screen. And it had loads and loads of information about all different crops and production chains and time frames, and which were the most efficient for for each individual process, and it's absolutely brilliant. And so I'm trying to turn the corner, trying to look at that to see with regard to crops if there was a time frame given on here. Got to avoid the tree so I can still see. Which is weird because it kind of gives every other bit of information. Anyway, only because I was curious about the canola side of things. So what we'll do, I'll get this going around the outside. When I set a worker off on this, we'll go over to the cornfield, get the corn going. Same with any of the harvest contracts now. I don't know if we'll have any corn left over. We might do. If we do, I'll put it to storage, and then again we may decide to do something with that. We have got our field 6, which we put corn in. That's going to take a while to grow. I'm thinking of maybe doing part silage harvest, part corn harvest on that one. Again, use the corn for something or sell it. I haven't done pigs here. I think I might do pigs on my next map, whichever one that may be. But again, I'm torn as to whether or not to do pig food, make pig food, all the constituent parts to do it, or just buy pig food. Yeah, there's quite a few different options available now, obviously within the realms of now we've got the production chains for making pig food, so you can, again, one of those things we longed for on FS19 on console, the ability, you can make TMR, why can't I make our own pig food? But yeah, I don't know, we'll see. I'll have a think about that. So yeah, the corn was always a big constituent part of pig food. But obviously now with the ability, I think, again with Overtime, or was it popcorn? I'm sure popcorn was one of the things on there that you could use it for. I'm still looking to my side to see if I can find any information. I'm probably looking at completely wrong place. Never mind. I'm sure someone in the comments will have the information at their fingertips. Ooh. Pay attention. And look, like I said, the right way round, so I can have the pipe out the right way. So, I'll see in a bit. I'm going to go and grab my trailer now. Actually, what I might be able to do, if I'm a bit clever with this, if I move over a little bit, would I be able to bring my trailer over into the other field and unload that side of the hedge? I think I might be able to. I'll do that. Right, first of all, load 10,500. Let's go and grab a trailer and then we'll get the other one going. Harvester on field 23 is cracking on its own. We are about to embark on our first corn harvest here on CALMSDEN. It's the first on CALMSDEN, isn't it? I did a couple of contracts on Elm Creek for corn. Really enjoying the new corn texture. The height is much taller than it was in FS19, and here we have it. The case 9250, borrowed from the farmer. Big old twins on it. This was fun getting this here from the store, I can tell you. And a nice big header on it as well, so we will crack on. I don't know if it's just me, maybe it's just me. But every time I use a case harvester, and oh, this is so ridiculous, and I do this. Case opened. Then we finish harvest, case closed. It's just like an investigation. It's not at all. I don't know, it just made me smile when I did it. I mean, I've always done it in my head. Is that kind of case open? I don't know, sorry. I know. I'm an absolute buffoon. But this is a nice looking harvester. Now, talking of nice looking harvesters, if you didn't watch the mod review from yesterday, the 250 series harvesters from custom modding, in case there was the 7250, 8250 and 9250 that I reviewed in yesterday's mod review. Wow, this is the standard Giants version. Wow, incredible. I mean, I think personally for me, harvesters from custom modding and harvesters from seed modding, I'm just trying to think, it was JHHG done harvesters. No, they've done seeders. But they're tip top of I think harvester modders. I think. I mean, that's just again my own personal opinion. You may have a preference. They have loads of options, and they look. I mean, the detailing is so crisp and amazing. But we are now doing our corn harvest contract. And what we'll do is when we deliver the first load of this, you'll see where it's going to. I did put in the little stall that's going to be needed. Oh, that's what I didn't check, just remembered. I didn't go and check my tomato sauce factory yesterday. We were going to wait till we had a full pallet, then switch it over to making the salads. And I forgot. So we're going to have to wait till the next pallet is full and then go again. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that. What I'll also do, actually you know what I'll do. I don't like stopping kind of part way through, just literally just started the corn harvest on here, but I thought it was over and I'll show you what I mean. I think I've left the back doors open as well. I can see it from here. I have not much good having a refrigerated unit if it doesn't stay refrigerated. But as you can see here, our little refrigerated unit, we've got 3 cake pallets, we've got 3 chocolate pallets, chocolate delights. We'll be selling those. I have got all these strawberries as well. I'm just again thinking of my productions, and when I first started out and I was doing them all, I wasn't quite sure how much of everything we needed, so we did loads and loads of strawberries, and that was for the bakery, wasn't it? We've got so many there. We've done what, we're on fourth or fifth pallet of cake now. We've barely used anything from here, which is amazing. So I'm not going to need any strawberries for a long while, and if I get to a point where I do need some, I can just switch over the production here, switch one of these over. I could leave 2 on tomatoes, 1 on lettuce, and switch 1 to strawberries. And the production speed on these, I would get strawberries in no time. So what I might do is load all those strawberries up and sell them. Got more eggs over here as well. Look. So yeah, well, I've got plenty to be getting on with. And I forgot to bring the seed over here as well, didn't I? I meant to do that too. We'll get there. We'll get there. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know what I'm like. Easily sidetracked. I think we've got a full grain tank over on our canola field, so what I'm going to do is do a circuit round. We'll get this going. Actually, what I might do, because we do have a little bit of a run off the other end, and what I might do is set work off now. If I put it back so it will do a straight shot to the bottom, then I can tidy this edge up, say to the bottom, to the side. This should give us a straight run through. I'm trying to think about there maybe. Should do. Excellent. Right, I'm going to leave the worker doing this to go to the end, turn around, come back, and I'm going to go and sort out emptying the other harvester. I haven't brought the John Deere harvester over because it's filling so quickly, and having this running as well on this field, I think trying to keep up with 3, I don't know, I did go off and show some other stuff. I have been talking a lot, so we'll see. There we go, we got back in it just in time for us to get to the edge. I'm just wondering now, we're going to get to the end of the field before the edge meets us. We're going to be pretty close. How well did I do it? Oh, we're almost into the trees. No! Can I drive forward myself and do it? Yeah, we were right there. Look, that wasn't too bad, was it? I mean, that's pretty good. I'll take that. What we're going to do now? Let's swing it around there. There we go. Trailer's down there. Harvester was emptied, and it should be. Where is it? There you go. Just turn around there. And cracking on. There's a couple of little triangles on each side up on that one as well. But again, it's not a massive field here on 23. I need to decide what I'm going to put in this next. We're taking out canola. I haven't planted, I might plant sorghum again. Was it sorghum that did very well with the flour production? I'm trying to remember. Actually, what I think I will do here is, let's just drop the hand down. There's a big old lump there. Is tidy up this end, I think. I have to say, I think out of all the crop types for actual harvesting, I think corn's one of my favourites. I think because of the way, you know, everything goes into the head of the animations, the way it all goes. I don't know, I like doing it. I know it sounds ridiculous having a favourite crop type to harvest, but I don't know. And it's weird as well how, since I've been doing this, films that I remember watching when I was younger, and any film, you know, think how many films there have been over the years that have had big old cornfields, and you know, for various different things, and there'll be, you know, car chases or people running through the corn. You know, you get that thing where, you know, one person, you stop and you listen, and the other person stops and listens. And I was watching a film called, was it Last Stand, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it was, they had a car chase through one of the cornfields, and my first thought, I know it was, oh man, that's someone's crop, you know, they're ruining that. Isn't it weird that your mind kind of goes to that place, you know, you're not like, oh, this is so cool, it's such a cool car chase. It's like, that's someone's crop they're destroying, they're ruining that. Now I know when they do the filming and stuff, they'll have paid the farmer handsomely for using the field, or they'll have bought field. I know I was watching the making of Ghostbusters Afterlife, and they were saying about the set, and they built the set on location and the house and all the stuff for Ghostbusters Afterlife. They did all of that, then they made a complete replica in the soundstage, and they actually brought in corn, like corn, and they planted each individual corn stalk all around on the set inside, so it looked authentic. And that was the same thing. I was like, man, that's someone's field, that's someone's crops, you know. I don't know. Oh, funny old world, isn't it? It is in my head anyway. Nearly full for the first time. Actually, I'm not sure how big the trailer is that we borrowed from the farmer. I don't know if we'll get it. I don't think we'll get it all off the field. Pretty sure we won't get it all off the field. So what I'm going to do now is lift the header, swing it round, tidy up the end, and then we should be able to set the worker off a little bit easier. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wrong button. Turned it off rather than lowered it. There we go. So I suppose that's going to be my next step. I've got to bring that seed over to the greenhouses, but I need to have a look now and see what options we've got available for canola. I can just sell it. I might, you know, I could just say, you know what. But there is still that part of me now with everything you can do on FS22 of, why would I just sell it? I can do other stuff with it. But I also get the feeling I want to do everything. So, you know, like a kid in a candy store, you know, it's like I want to try everything, I want to do everything, I want to do it now, you know. You think we need to leave something for other Let's Plays. If you do every production channel and every Let's Play, mind you, I suppose you'll be using different equipment, there'll be new mods coming out, there'll be different ways of doing things, no different to how it was in FS19. As things progress, you'll be doing the same processes, but doing them in different ways, using different bits of equipment. You'll be earning more, different money, different farms will provide you with different stimulus and challenges. Lost. See what I mean? Running through the corn stalks. So, yeah, this big farm tech. It's pretty long, isn't it? What do you reckon? 40,000 litres, 30,000, 30. The fact it's 3,000. The 40, do we think 30,000? I could look. And if I had a head for remembering every figure and fact about every piece of machinery, I'd be laughing. But I don't. That way. The other thing, I'm assuming I'm going to get a load more contracts gradually pop up, so I'm going to be doing a load of harvesting, which is nice because we're at that point in the year now where we're going to be able to kind of fill everything up. If we go that way and like that and then there, you'll see fields that I've worked on. Field 9's ready to harvest, 13. These two have been like that for absolutely ages. 17, 18 and 20. And I've only got the one harvest contract at the moment. Oh no, that's new. Oh no, not again. Shall I? Shall I borrow equipment and do that? I'm going to do it. What's that one? They weren't there a minute ago. Oh, sorghum. I was saying about having sorghum. Field 17. You know what? Borrow equipment. And then the sorghum one, I'll use my own. So I'll accept contract but not borrow. Harvesting field 20, soybean. Oh, there you go. So that's me just showing you the crops, all the fields, and saying that these are all ready, but the harvest haven't popped up, but now they have. I am going to be incredibly busy. So all those, the lean months we've been going through, trying to find jobs to do and things through the winter and that kind of stuff, all the work we did last year is paying off. I'll be able to replenish my sugar beet stocks. I don't know by how much, but we will have a load of sugar beet. Not by as much as I did last time we did the sugar beet harvest, because everything's changed since then. But we should still have a fair bit. I think it's scalable, isn't it? So, you know, if you're left with, what was it, 84%, so let's say 16% of the crop. If you're left with 16% of the crop after the harvest is done, or even if it goes to 18, or whatever, 16% of a you know, a small field isn't going to be the same as 16% of a massive field. So it should be right. I know that's kind of obvious, isn't it? But you know. Right then, I guess I'll see you. I can't believe I'm taking that sugar beet harvesting. What was I thinking? And I say the other one, I want to come back and do this bit again. I want to make sure I get all the stuff off the edge, and we'll come back for that. Yeah, my harvesters I'll use for one, and then all that sugar beet one. So it'll be a nice bit of money back in the bank again. Do I grab the John Deere and get that going on the other harvest? No, I'm spread too thin. I can't. I haven't got enough tractors. I've only got the one trailer as well, haven't I? Because I thought if I've got plenty of tractors, I could take another tractor over there to unload it, but I don't have a trailer. Maybe that's what I need to invest in there. So I go for another of the 70,000 litre ones, which actually I quite like. Or could I go? Oh, I could, couldn't I? I could go for one of the 82 studio ones because I've got the lorry now. And I could be a bit naughty and go for the unreal capacity. I'm just thinking of doing the sugar beet harvest. That might work out really well. I know it's a bit... It's not the done thing, is it? I suppose I can change it in configurations though, couldn't it? I can have it at its largest capacity. Maybe. There's decisions now. Let's get these two done and we'll worry about everything else later on. There's too much to be getting on with. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? I've done it again. Right, so this came with the contract, borrowed, as did this. I have bought one of the TLX trailers. I'm not going to say what the capacity is, but I have got it in this lovely satin red. And we've got the beet harvester right next door. So what I'm going to do while the other two harvesters are chugging away, and they're not far off finished on 23, a bit more to do on the cornfield. I'm going to get this over to field 18, then we'll get the sugar beet harvester over. That's going to be next episode, or I might. It's going to take a long time anyway. Maybe I'll start on it now. I'm just thinking if I get any. Oh, I always laugh when I say that word. If I get any downtime, then potentially, I'm just actually thinking the length of this. Am I going to get this? Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Mind you, if any articulated lorry is going to be long, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fun. Yeah, any downtime I could crack on and get the rest of it done. So do I do it off camera and start the next episode with kind of how much we ended up with, or start the next episode with me finishing it? I mean, you saw me do sugar beet before. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Our corn's growing really well as well in field 6 here, very nicely. Oh, that's something I haven't checked. I haven't checked on the situation with our grapes. Not necessarily there's going to be any growth on the vines, but I was wondering whether or not we've got any grass that might need mulching yet. We are going to need to mulch field 23. That's an absolute given. And then I will fertilise it, and because we've got direct drills, whatever I decide to put in it, we can direct drill it. Actually, we should be fine, shouldn't we? Get to field 18. Yeah, so I'll just, and that's the same thing. I'll just prep field 23 for whatever's going to go into that myself. Another thing as well, being with all these harvest contracts now that are going to pop up, because all these fields are now going to roll through their cycles, it means the cultivating jobs, the fertilising contracts, all those things that we as a farm, as a company, take on as contracting work, we should start to see the money in the bank going up again very nicely, which means we could then maybe look at newer machinery, bigger machinery, something along those lines. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know how far we're going to go with this. We've only got a little while until the update, in whatever form it takes, comes. Actually, I'm going to get through this gate. Maybe if I kind of come through the hedge a little bit here. I know I probably shouldn't do. Yeah, I'll do that. I went with the rear steer on this trailer as well, because it just made sense. We've ended up with 52,629 litres of canola from field 23 here. I'm just going to go up through the gap. The corn harvest is continuing, and that trailer is full. It wasn't a 30,000, I think it's a 42 or something. It was knocking on 40,000 litres as it was just filling up. Yeah, grain tank's nearly full. So what I'm going to do is offload this back at the farm in the silo, bring it back to help finish this, and what we'll do, we'll end the episode finishing off the corn harvest. We'll get it over to the sell point again, because I wanted to show you the little stall that we've placed, and then I'm going to move the harvester, which is down through the gap there. That's going to go up to the sorghum field on 17, and then the sugar beet harvest is going to come over to field 18. So 17 and 18 will be the next two we'll be working on. Like I say, that'll be the next episode, or we'll end them on the next episode, or I don't know, I'm not really sure how we're going to go about that, but we'll think of something. That's the only problem I've said now, or I am saying now, is that whoa, that wasn't good. And how do we just go through that fence post? It's because of the weight of the trailer. Yeah, the only downside to this portion of the Let's Play is because of all the harvest being ready to do now, and some of them are big fields, they're going to take a while, and then the knock-on effect then is cultivating, fertilising, those kind of things. Is the harvesting more than anything else, is the recording time between, or the time taken between episodes, and then the recording time of an episode grows massively. Because if I could normally record an episode, maybe it takes me 2 hours, 2 and a bit hours, or to do all the work I'm going to do and then do the episode and edit it. If a harvest is taking hours and hours and hours, you may only see 2 or 3 chunks of that harvest, which might equate to 15 minutes of an episode, but it's taken me 6-7 hours to do it, you know. So yeah, I say unfortunately, it doesn't bother me because I quite like doing the stuff off camera, but I know some people do say, oh, we'd like to see it all and that kind of thing, but unfortunately I don't think that's going to work so well. The sugar beet harvest, I know someone says, well, I'll do it live. Still struggling with, no, I've got to get this Elgato sorted. almost annoyed as I am how much I spent getting the 4K Elgato, and it's playing up. I'm seriously considering just switching back to my old one. Oh, why is this not wanting to reverse? It's better. Right, let's get that in. I'll decide what I'm going to do with the canola later. I'm going to focus on the harvesting stuff first, then I'll worry about, are we going to do oils, are we going to do, you know, or just sell it, or I don't know. I mean, to be fair, just selling it I would do if I was short of funds. We're not short of funds now, and with all the contract work and all the harvests and all the various things that are going to come next, I know looking forward we've got plenty of work to keep us going, to keep us in money. The other thing I kind of glossed over and I didn't really think about was how nice it is to have gone through into spring and heading towards summer now, and everything's gone back to that lovely green again. We've got that lovely springtime look to the map. Cool. So yeah, I'm going to go and finish this corn harvest, and what I'll do is I'll see you then at the sale point. We'll offload what we need to complete the contract and see how much corn we're left with, and again we'll see what we're going to do with that. We'll stick it into storage and then we'll make a decision further down the line. This field's never come up with anything, no contracts or anything. I thought you imagine doing a baling one on that. It's a big old field actually, so yeah, maybe not. I'd rather I didn't go on that. I have started the sugar beeting on field 18. I have also started the sorghum harvest on field 17. I've unloaded one full load of this, the Farmtech Fortis, and I've got 4,069 litres from the last bit of the harvest, and we've also got our trailer there with 70,000 litres in it. This is the sell point it's chosen. I placed it the other day. This is the one from Omatana, so this will take all the extra things like salad and tomato juice and tomato sauce, all the extra things that you can do in those extra packs, and I wasn't sure where to put it. And this is nice and flat, and I thought it was also near all the houses, the little village, and it'll be a kind of honesty box thing, so people can come along and they can buy their produce from the stall just here. And it just so happens this is the point it chose for the delivery point. Let's just put it as that. So what I'm going to do is unload this first, then we'll make a start on the other, and we'll see. Right, so in total 43% delivered. That's from the contract gear. Let me pull that out of the way. Now we'll do the rest and we'll see if we're left. I mean, we should be left with something. I don't know how much we'll be left with, but whatever will go into storage. Now I'm going to shift my focus over to the two harvests that I've just started. I have removed both the sets of racking and I have put up some shelters instead because, yeah, I don't know. Like I say, it might have been me with the racking, something I was doing wrong, but I don't know. Oh, hang on. Let's go again. $88 transported. There we go. And we're left with next nothing. Oh well, we made a little bit of income. Contract on field 21 is finished. We've got 7,598 litres of corn. We can put it in storage. I don't know if we can find something to do with it or not. I could have just sold it, I suppose, but doesn't matter. Our field 23 harvest is done too, and that was something I've been waiting to do for a little while. So that's going to need to be mulched, fertilised. Then we'll be ready to go again. It doesn't need ploughing and it doesn't need liming. We're pretty good, actually. I'm going to double check that just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure if we go to our field 23 and we go that way, turn ploughing on, turn lime on. Nope, a little bit around the edge of lime if I wanted to, but I think I'm good. So yeah, we're going to mulch it and then we'll get it fertilised, first fertilising, and then we'll go from there. And I would imagine then we'll find field 21 will pop up with either cultivating or something along those lines. And as you can see, these two are going on field 17 and 18 as well. It's all go, and we'll be making hopefully a tidy bit of money. I'm interested to see, because the first sugar beet harvest I did on field 18, the same field, was pre-contract changes, and we were left with so much of it after the harvest, which has kept my sugar mill going all this time, and all that profit we made from sugar was off the back of that. So I'm curious to see how much we're left with this time. You know, it's going to be less, obviously, but I'm just curious to see how much. This I'm now going to take up to the sorghum field, and this is where I'm going to end this episode. 2 harvests done. Racking, yeah, was an abject failure, but anyway, like I say, could have been me. We shall see. Actually, yeah, before we head off, I'll show you what I mean about putting the shelters. The same ones I've got in the corner of the sheep field. I put one here, and I put one by the eggs as well. I will put all the honey. I mean, I could just go and take the honey now and deliver it. I'm going to put it under here for the time being, and we'll add to it. But yeah, I think it's a nice spot for it, just through from where the bees are producing the honey anyway. Like I say, on that note, that is where we are going to leave it. I'm going to get up to the sorghum field and get on with these 2 harvest contracts. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're still enjoying it. If you are, and if you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.